Yo, man, so 50 Cent is in the all-out war with his baby mamas right now, dog. Y'all know things been going on with the Diddy trial. We've been covering that. Matter of fact, just to catch y'all up, 50 Cent's other baby mama, the mother of Marquise Jackson, she was reacting to Daphne Joy being the Jane Doe at Diddy's trial, and 50 Cent chimed into that to clown her. So peep this real quick. In the meantime, 50 Cent's other baby mama's getting a kick out of all this shit because she's usually on the receiving end of his insults. So she says this right here. Fun fact, I ain't never had to sell no culture. I'm from Queens, not the Philippines, in regards to Daphne Joy being from the Philippines. Letting it be clear. Let it be clear that she throwing that shade that way. This person right here says she thought she was special, Marquise voice. She responds, right, best friend? But 50 Cent had this to say right here on his page. This man's crazy as hell. He says, I was just thinking, you know damn well ain't nobody gonna buy that old coochie like that. You can get that at a shelter. Okay, so that was that. Now on Father's Day, Marquise Jackson said some things and 50 Cent responded and threw some shots towards his baby mamas again. So 50 Cent's son came posting this right here on this page, a little AI image. He said, oh, it's Father's Day? Happy Father's Day to all the real ones. I'm watching my bet and ain't looking too good. I got the over. We all know this the day for photo ops. The day ain't over yet. Finish strong. Get on your job. He better than 50 would post his second son to appear in a photograph with him on his page instead of Marquise or nobody at all. So of course 50 Cent seen this and responded. But first he had a message for Daphne Joy, his baby mama that's testifying in the Diddy trial. I think she's done by this time that we're speaking. But it said, oh, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, you little bit. I'll have full custody soon a little bit. You'll be back on OnlyFans in no time a little bit. But how is your day going a little bit? Now to his son Marquise, he says, you little punk, your mama got you and your sister scamming. Then people came to ask me some questions about it. I said I don't funk with them. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Alright, so y'all peep that right there. So that prompted Shaniqua Tompkins, 50 Cent's other baby mama, to then do a almost hour-long IG live, like a podcast, telling her side of the story or whatever she went through with 50 Cent. So we about to go over some parts of it. But right here, he's reacting to it, said, did that bitch just say what I think he said? Nah, we ain't jacking this ish gang. So first it said she, but he switched it to he, and it's him with Tyler Perry. So it's like he's standing with Tyler Perry as both of them are getting some allegations. We going on live stream tonight. We're gonna talk about Tyler Perry allegations when we on live. So hit the notification bell and subscribe if you're new to the channel to be on point when we go live and talk about Tyler Perry. But 50 Cent, like, man, we all getting some allegations thrown our way. I'm standing beside my dog right here. But first thing first, Shaniqua Tompkins talk about why she did not stay with 50 Cent. Y'all, she put Queens, not the Philippines, up here. Peep this real quick.
Be with him. Just, at this point, he's a famous rapper. Junior is clicking. You know, he's a sex symbol in a sense because he's in great shape. Why wouldn't you want to be with somebody at that point in his career?
Because he was abusive. Well, he still is abusive. I'm just not in his presence, but he's abusive. Emotionally, physically, he's abusive. And the last straw for me was he hit me in front of my daughter. And I said, as a mother, if I allowed her to see him hit me and stay with him, what example am I setting for my daughter? And that's when that was it for me. It was that
Right.
and another incident with Marquise. So it was two incidents, but it was kind of close. And there was another incident with Marquise, Yale, and Banks used to have an apartment they used to share in Manhattan. And I went to pick 50 up from there. So Marquise told me that I guess like he had a girl there, like, a girl that, he just told me something. So him and I got to argument. He beat the mess out of me and then told Marquise, see, it's your fault. I had to whoop your mother's ass. So those were two incidents for me that I said, no, it's time to go.
So the abuse was there. Okay. About what year was that? You remember?
I left him in about maybe 2007, 2008, around that year, around that time.
So basically, it was from you to Sierra, then to the most recent.
He definitely had different holes in different areas. Because let's say if Marquise was with him, he had a different woman with him. But like that's not none of my business. But Sierra was like the his main girlfriend at the time, which Marquise like really, really liked him. Like he always had. And by the way, it's so crazy. Marquise always expressed how much he liked Ciara. But when he met Daphne, I never forget, he came, we were visiting New York, and his dad and Daphne was staying at his grandparents' house, and I was staying at my grandmother's house. So, he took Marquise over to his grandparents' house, whatever, little visit or whatever. And Marquise came back and he looked at me and he said, Mommy, she's not for my father. And I said, well, why don't you tell you that? Tell him that he's not. She's like, she's just. I said, well, what is she nice to you or did she disrespect me? He's like, she didn't do anything to me. She said she's just not for my father. And that's what's so crazy. Like, he didn't like her from the jump, but like I said, with adored Ciara, but didn't like her. I don't want to say he didn't like her. He just said that whatever he sensed, I don't know if it was like a discernment. He just said it. She just wasn't. Was that?
Now, I got a quick question before we get to the home burning situation, which is kind of deep. Um, that wasn't the first time that he abused you, was it?
No, but No, but when it filters out in front of the children, like no, like the first time he ever hit me, to be honest, was I'm gonna talk about this. This is a lot of cathartic moments and stuff, but um, the first time I don't even think I've told you this. I think the first time he hit, no, I don't think I know. The first time he hit me, I was pregnant with Marquise.
Okay, so she also alleged that 50 Cent did some physical harm to Daphne Joy and had the opportunity to go ahead and testify for her on her behalf against 50, but she chose not to. Peep why she said she didn't.
We all know the Diddy trial is going on, and we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like he's not happy, but what Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so it's been rumored and known for years that she has been a pole girl from Vegas. Like that's known. That's known. Um and he knew that when he beat her up in California, which he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California. Um the California Clerk's office tried to contact me. Hey, y'all, tried to contact me
Okay.
to
Right.
testify in that case. They contacted my child support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case, which I declined. Which I declined. Which I declined.
What made you decline?
Um, as I'm a mother first, and I'm a woman, but during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade and she was trolling me along with him. Like she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, I'll sit this one out. Love to know. Y'all gonna know why 50 really is mad at Diddy, and it's not
We're not.
what y'all think it
Yeah,
is.
it's a whole story behind
It's a
that. But we're not
whole
going.
story
Yeah.
behind it, and it's not over. Lady boy, it's not. It's just not what y'all think it is. It's not.
No, it's really not.
It's not like. Just put it this way: Puffy was the first one to sleep with someone's baby mother, and we could leave it at that.
Mm.
Puffy wasn't the first to sleep with someone's baby mother.
I mean, that's what you want to leave it as. Like I said, it's your choice.
Guess we can leave it at that.
He playing. People say all kind of stupid crap. I'm
And
leaving it at that. Like I
this
said.
happened while I was with him, so I was there, so I know this for a fact.
Right.
Okay, so man, hey, that's that right there. What y'all think about this? Are y'all gonna remove some support for 50 Cent because of these stories? Let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. But like I told y'all, we're gonna go live later on to talk about this Tyler Perry situation. It sound wild as hell, but in the meantime, watch the video with me talking about the situation with Pusha T going in on Travis Scott on this new song for playing both sides with the Drake beef. He called him a whore. Peep this real quick.